It was supposed to be her night. The restaurant shimmered in gold and glass, laughter gliding over the clink of cutlery. My wife sat at the center of it all, her colleagues around her, the rising star of the firm, the one everyone adored. She was beautiful, confident, a little too rehearsed. The applause faded as the waiter poured more wine. She caught my eye, smiled the kind of smile that looked borrowed. I raised my glass. She didn't notice my hand trembling. Halfway through dessert, I excused myself, said I needed the restroom. Inside, I leaned against the stall door, staring at the tiled floor until my reflection stared back from the puddle below the sink, blurred, fractured. Then I heard them. Two women entered, their heels echoing. Her college friends, I'd met them before. They were laughing, tipsy. One spoke first, a careless whisper that sliced through the air. Poor thing, he doesn't know she's filing next week. Silence. Then the other. She said he'll never see it coming, wants it to be clean. Their laughter turned distant, like a knife slowly turning inside me. I stayed perfectly still, my pulse was deafening. When they left, I stood there a long time. No anger, just an emptiness that felt too calm. When I returned to the table, she smiled, radiant, oblivious. I smiled back and handed her the red envelope I'd been saving for the end of the night. She opened it, expecting tickets to Venice. Her laughter froze, her face drained of color. That was the first time I saw fear touch her. It started months ago, small things. Her late meetings, the new phone she guarded like a diary, the way she turned away when answering messages. I told myself she was just busy. I wanted to believe it. Belief is a habit, not a virtue. But that night, after her friend's careless whispers, I drove home alone, cold air crawling under my skin. Her perfume lingered on my sleeve like a memory that refused to die. I sat in the driveway, the car still running, and scrolled through her public photos, smiles, champagne, promotions. But in the last one, a reflection in the glass door behind her. A man. Too close, too familiar. I'd seen him once, her mentor, the one who called her at midnight about projects. The next morning, I moved quietly. I called my lawyer, then a private investigator. I gave him her new phone number, the one she forgot to share. I didn't ask why I was doing it. I already knew. Days passed. I played the part of the husband, attentive, gentle, predictable. I kissed her cheek each morning, poured her coffee, told her she looked beautiful. And every night, I watched her phone light up at 11:13. She always smiled before turning it face down. She thought I didn't notice. I noticed everything. The investigator worked fast. 2 weeks, a report, photos, videos. She wasn't subtle, neither was he. Hotel receipts, dinner reservations, a weekend conference that was never real. Every image was a blade I swallowed whole. But pain has a strange alchemy. It cools into precision. I didn't confront her. Not yet. I waited, planned. Her promotion dinner was coming up, a perfect stage. I called her mother that morning, told her I wanted to give my wife a surprise gift at the celebration, something meaningful. She was delighted. "You're such a thoughtful man," she said. I smiled. Yes, thoughtful. The day of the dinner, I placed the red envelope in my jacket pocket. Inside, a single sheet of paper, legal, emotionless. It contained the transfer of our joint accounts, the title of the villa in Switzerland, and the finalized divorce papers I'd already signed. She hadn't filed yet, but I had. I added one line in my handwriting. "I hope your next project values loyalty more than ambition." When I sealed it, I felt nothing. At the restaurant, she glowed beneath the chandelier, wine in hand, her laughter easy and practiced. Her boss toasted her, called her the backbone of the firm. She glanced at me, expecting pride. I smiled. Then I excused myself. The same excuse, the same bathroom, the same silence before the storm. When I returned, I placed the envelope in front of her. "For you," I said. She opened it, still smiling. The moment her eyes met the text, the color drained from her face. She tried to laugh, tried to speak, but her throat closed on her own betrayal. Her boss noticed. "Everything all right?" She nodded too quickly. Her hands shook. She looked at me across the table, and for the first time in years, she didn't know what I was thinking. I leaned forward, my voice barely a whisper. "Now it's clean." No one else heard. But she did. 2 days later she called. Dozens of times. I didn't answer. When I finally did, her voice was small. "We can talk. Fix this." I let the silence stretch until she broke it again. "You can't just walk away like that." "I already did," I said. Click. That evening, another call. Her mother, frantic, begging for reconciliation. I listened quietly, eyes on the fireplace. "She made a mistake," her mother said. "So did I replied. "I married her." The next morning, I transferred the villa ownership into my name alone. Switzerland felt distant, clean, cold enough to match the inside of me. Then came Thanksgiving. My daughter-in-law called, her tone sharp. "If you want to join, come wash the dishes." I smiled. "Enjoy." She hung up. An hour later, I posted a single photo. My villa's terrace overlooking the Swiss Alps, snow glinting in the sun, a glass of wine on the marble ledge. 71 missed calls. Her name was among them. I didn't block her number. I wanted her to see the silence, to feel what I felt in that bathroom stall, unseen, unimportant. There's a kind of power in absence. It speaks louder than rage. I sat by the window that night, watching the snow fall beyond the glass. It looked pure, untouched. She once said she loved winter because it wiped the world clean. Now it had. I raised my glass to the emptiness, to the version of myself that once believed her lies, and whispered, "Here's to clean endings." I crushed the letter she once wrote me, the one that said forever, and tossed it into the fire.